Undergrunt.
I have crossed the horizon to find you.
I know your name.
They have stolen the heart from inside you.
But this does not define you.
This is not who you are.
You know who you are, who you truly are.
In a small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, "I'll take two," and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth where they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the time. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call right now and say, "Where's my whisk?" we'll include this bonus disc.
Hey, welcome to Bonus Disc. I'm your host, Bob Rose, with this Matt P.A. With us is returning guest of the show, Mike Ridgway, who works for NASA and space.
Hey!
Hey, guys.
That was a good one. That was better than Bob's hay.
I know.
Thank you.
I know, man. Well, I'm a little sick. My haze are off. And also, this movie made me feel not as good. Made me feel worse than I already felt bad.
I mean, it was softcore porn we watched.
Yeah, that you paid for.
I paid for.
Mike, a long time. Like I think it's the time we should apologize because
All right, let's
because you
squash this beef.
You squash the beef. You purchased a DVD pack for me and Matt in the show for bonus disc. The benefit of bonus disc.
As a joke. To be fair,
I think there was a slight verbal agreement that we'd watch all of them.
As I recall, Mondo Baltimore showed one of these movies.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii, which is an Andy Sidaris film.
And you mentioned there's like a whole bunch more, and I looked it up, and Best Buy had like the 12 set collection for like $9, and I was just like, oh man, it's like less than $1 a movie. And bonus disc came up somehow.
What a deal!
What a deal it was! I love a good deal. And I
think it's also one plot less. Like there's not even a plot per movie.
Yeah, I know. Well, you
like,
get what you pay for.
Yeah. So I bought it and sent it to you, Bob.
Yeah, you had it
like,
mailed to my house.
Yeah.
And we here's the thing: is we were supposed to do it at the beginning of January, but then me and Matt came. I mean, I'll blame myself more than Matt.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't say it was my thing. I
came
agreed
up with an
to do
idea
it.
that Matt agreed to.
Yeah.
And we ended up watching 14 Air Bud movies instead of 12 Andy Sidaris movies.
We are not watching all these in a row. After this.
Oh, no, that's not happening. They will. I think they'll get watched over the course of Bonus This Life.
Yeah.
Because they'll stay here and they'll be an option. But yes, you bought the Andy Sidaris Guns and Girls collection, I believe.
Guns, Girls, and G-Strings.
Guns, Girls, and G-Strings collection of Andy Sidaris films. And this is the first one we watched with you. So,
yep.
And we watched Malibu Express.
Oh boy.
Right, which I've never
Sounds
heard.
like a train.
Don't spoil anything. Oh man, as far as like the titular line of a movie goes, this might be one of my fafavorite placements in a movie of the titular line.
I want to set fire
to
the first 20 minutes of this movie. It is mind-numbing trash. Unbelievable garbage.
Even the woman in the credits?
All of it. It's horrendous.
Well, we gotta get through it. Even though I want to say that right now, there is no way on this godforsaken earth the last 10 minutes could be recalled by any human mind, okay?
No one is capable of understanding it or recalling it.
Like a future computer couldn't even process what happened.
There's no through
How do we
line,
defeat the Matrix?
and I feel like they got to the end of the movie and they're like, fuck, does anyone know what happened? No, I don't. Well, let's just have this one character explain it to the main character. I know. All right.
And the movie
It's
starts
unbelievable. Yeah, the movie.
with a middle-aged woman walks into a void of blackness and sits at a computer and starts
A
typing.
1985 computer.
She's got super long
Oh,
fingernails.
it's like 2 inches and like cherry
Oh.
red.
She starts typing and licking her lips,
It looks like she's writing erotica.
right? But what we're seeing
It
is
says an Andy Sidaris film.
yeah, it's like the opening scroll
On the screen.
God, it is horrible. One of you called it computer graphics. And it was like, this is them looking at a screen. It is not computer. I mean, it is a graphic generated from a computer, but
Yeah.
it is not computer graphics.
It's a font, a computer
Yeah.
font.
Yeah.
With
They made
different
the
colored
credits with a
backgrounds.
computer of 1985
It's
technology.
Yeah.
awful.
And
Yeah.
computers are a major theme in this movie.
Yes.
Yes.
If you don't understand computers, you will not understand Malibu Express. I think that's
Well,
safe to
I
say.
don't-
I'm kidding.
If you can't understand what a computer is,
You probably love Malibu.
it
It was easily made for anyone who doesn't understand what a computer is.
Yeah.
That should be on the cover.
Yeah. You need at least like a graduate level degree
Yeah.
to understand this movie and the
So-
complexities of its technology.
We start after the wonderful opening credit scene.
This woman we never see again.
We never see again. We get a wide shot of a red DeLorean, right? Right, that's a DeLorean, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a red DeLorean pulling up to what I'll just call the Biodome, which I did when we were watching
yeah.
it. It's just a big, weird-looking desert building
And
that
then
they had a lot of in the 80s and 90s, and they just shot all movies of these fucking things. Concrete and glass, man,
Yep.
in the middle of a desert.
Yep.
A man in cowboy boots gets out of the car holding
a
a
cowskin briefcase.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. I completely forgot the scene. Yeah.
Dude, it
Yeah.
seemed like a parody. Like the first 10 minutes, I
Right, it
was like,
seemed like it's a comedy movie.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
a
God. And
joke.
we forgot about the banjo music playing
Oh, yes.
over like
Yes.
the typing in the beginning.
the opening.
God,
well, the whole
man.
It's
score
not like-
to this movie is like country bumpkin music.
It's like the people from the Deliverance, like the rapists from Deliverance wrote the score
Yeah.
to Malibu Express. That's like what happened here. And it's
yeah.
supposed to be a movie about computers and like it's like a spy,
Russians.
the spy noir
it's a-
Russian thriller.
There's not a single Russian in this movie.
It's really
No.
timely.
God damn it.
But
Anyway,
yes, gets
you're
out.
jumping
He
ahead.
gets out. It's a guy with we meet
The main character, Cody.
Cody
Cody
a
Abilene.
mustache Chuck
Abilene?
Norris-light
Abilene.
motherfucker. Cody Abilene. He's a Chuck Norris-light.
It's a town in Texas.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Because
He's somehow
Texas is a thing in this
dude,
movie.
you
I
really
guess.
think about how bad this guy is in this movie. He's like Chuck Norris with less charisma.
Yeah.
Like he has zilch charisma in
Yeah,
this
no.
movie.
And yet.
And yet,
Wow.
wow. Well,
We'll get
we'll
to
never get
it.
to that.
We'll get to
We'll
it.
get to it, and we'll get to
So-
it again and again and again
Oh,
and
Lord.
again.
This space building he pulled up to is a shooting range. It's like what the fuck? Why is there a shooting range in this building? It looks like it should be manufacturing spaceships.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Like, I figure it's like some administration building. Like, this is where you go to get your gun permit.
Yeah.
Nope. It's a giant warehouse full of. There's nobody in it.
There's one
There's
guy.
just
in
that
it.
one guy, and he
guy.
walks up to him and he goes, "Do you want to do moving targets?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then the Cody guy like opens a case and like his gun's in like velvet, and it's just a giant fucking gun. He like loads it up, and then he proceeds to miss wildly.
His last bullet shoots down a light in the
Yes.
shooting
No,
range.
he breaks his aisle of the shooting range.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Oh, classic Darby," or whatever his name is. What's Cody?
Cody.
Sorry, the actor's name is Darby. He's like, "Class." He doesn't get mad at him.
No, and he doesn't have to pay for damaging the
No.
light.
Mm. Anyway,
he just walks
that's it.
away.
He walks.
and then
he
he
walks
leaves.
out. And this is when what happens right after this? Because
Is it
like
the
two,
raceway? Because I remember Judy Knockers is near the beginning.
June knockers,
June Knockers.
Mhm.
With an H.
which makes you think the movie's like supposed to be funny, but it's not that kind of.
Yeah, she was really close to the beginning of the movie.
Well, no, he goes to the racetrack. It's him and another woman with binoculars looking at a race car going around a track, and they're
Yeah.
in the desert.
Yeah.
I guess the California desert.
It's the Mojave.
Okay, the Mojave Desert. And they're watching a woman race a car.
Yep.
And then she stops and gets out of the car. I don't really remember what the reason.
Like, oh, Cody. And then
Cody,
come watch me get undressed. And
Hey.
she's just like, hey, there's my tits.
We see her tits more than anyone's tits in this
she
movie.
takes her top off a lot.
Yeah.
She goes like, "What'd you think?" And he goes, "Your body's amazing." Or she was like, "I meant the car." And he's like, "Well, the body and your car are amazing."
It has
And
Matt's
you're just
favorite thing is like sex puns.
It's brutal. This movie's hard.
I bet remember because they're like it's like stuff like I bet you are fun to ride with or something. You know, shit like that.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
was
like,
a hard file, and you're just like,
oh God,
I'll kill you.
Die to fire, please.
You just want to skip to the part where he starts doing the voiceover.
Well,
I
don't think that he leaves this racetrack scene in June Knockers where he establishes that they have some sort of sex relationship.
Yep.
And then as he's driving away, that's when the voiceover starts in the car. He's talking to a Norm Macdonald tape recorder.
But the voiceover that's happening, it's him.
not.
It's
lips
insane.
aren't synced to it.
No, it's him talking into a voice recorder,
And it's him.
But it's
He's saying what just happened in the movie. He's like, I woke
God.
up. I went to the shooting range,
and
then I went
go
to the
visit
racetrack
June.
and saw June. Oh boy, she was so beautiful. It's
And then he goes, I can't wait to get to my boat,
My houseboat.
and you're like, what? The movie was literally telling you and showing you at the same time. You're like, oh my fucking God.
We get to the house. We
Horrible.
get to the marina.
And this is supremely
Fucking
weird scene
Jesus
because
Christ.
he gets to the marina. He walks down what you see is like a pier.
Yeah.
And then he's standing in front of what I thought, what is a giant 9-10 foot painting.
Yeah.
Of a train
It's
that
the
says
back of a train.
back of a train that says Malibu
Express.
Yes.
And we were all like, hold on.
Wait.
What's going on?
is
At
that
first,
the
I
back
was
of a boat?
is this a gift from God? Or is this movie trying to pass this off as a train? You know what I mean? There's part of me that was like, is it supposed to be like they painted it and assumed that we would think it was a real train, like Wile E. Coyote or something?
No.
So the Marina Master comes up.
No,
I don't know what
Master.
He
Who's that
said
guy?
he's the chairman of
The yacht
Cody's
club.
dad's yacht club.
Oh,
This is
God.
where he's
right.
like, look,
You're
you've
right.
got to take down this ridiculous thing. And Cody's like, look, my mother loved trains and she's dead.
She died
So
in a
me and
train
my
crash.
dad, who is also dead and founded this yacht club, made this. So it ain't going nowhere.
And while he's doing this,
Dude,
the
Jesus
shot
Lord.
is dead on in front of the Malibu Express
It's-
painting. So we can't see the dimensions of what we're looking at.
No,
Or
You don't know that
anything.
there's a boat behind there.
Oh no, it's totally in frame of him
Yeah.
and the guy talking in front of a
Arguing.
giant painting on a pier. Which
It's
is
so weird.
And then it cuts to he's like,
It's
okay,
going
well, good
nowhere.
day, sir. And then it cuts to the side wide shot, and it turns out
he stepped
he opens
through
the
it. It's a door.
It's a door.
It had a fucking door in it.
so him and his father painted a train and made it a fake door to an extension of a pier to walk to the boat,
Which is also called Malibu Express.
which is also
Man.
right. So when he was like, we did this, is he talking about the door or is he talking about the boat?
Both?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
that door wasn't even. You got to understand, people listening that haven't seen this movie. It's like a painting that was propped up with pieces of wood at the bottom.
It's just like a set
Yeah,
flat.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
it's
ever
like-
seen like a
right,
like a-
yeah,
a
it's not.
play?
It's a door that's just in the middle of a pier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you don't need to have at all. Cause
You think his mom died on a train called the Malibu Express?
Did they also buy the boat after she died? How long's he
mean-
been living on the boat? Fucking
It doesn't
kill
matter.
me. As soon as he walks into his boat, he takes a shower, and then
which we see his ass.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you
his
see
full
his
body.
ass. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he already have sex with
No,
somebody
no.
on screen?
No, he didn't
I
have sex
think
yet.
he did.
No, he didn't have sex
No,
yet.
all right.
No.
No, we're getting
No,
there
we saw
soon.
that woman topless. You're right.
Yeah.
So then he gets out of the shower.
Matt has a good reason to think we might have seen him
Yeah.
have sex. Sorry. He's the most insatiable, beautiful man ever.
He's not that attractive. I mean, he's not ugly, but Jesus Christ. But he starts walking up the steps. Somebody puts a gun to the side of his head, and he goes, "Man, I hope that's a lighter." And then water squirts out of it, and it's these two half-naked women, and they're like, "Our uncle just parked our boat in the slip next to yours, so we figured we'd come over and you could show us some hospitality."
And we need to take a shower.
And then they're like,
Our
"We really
shower's
need to take a
broken."
shower because our water pump's not like hooked up yet." And he's like, "Oh yeah." And then Mike was like, "This is softcore porn. We're watching softcore porn.
Yeah.
What's happening?" Because it was. I mean, the
they,
scene was just like
you don't have hot women show up and say we need to use your shower
No.
without it being pornography. That's like,
Women broke into his house to fuck him.
yes.
Yep.
Like that's how bad they need it. Or a stranger. That's somebody they
Yeah.
don't ostensibly fucking
No.
know.
Look,
On a houseboat.
On a houseboat.
I'm
You
gonna
know what kind of
posit
a man is on a houseboat?
I got a theory based on other things that happen in this world, and I'm sorry to say it, but like people are just like, I'm going to use sex to get what I need right now, regardless of the situation.
You're right. No. Sex is currency in the
Yeah,
world
in
we're
this,
watching.
yes, 100%.
150%. I didn't even see anybody use any money. They didn't even talk about money.
No,
There was a 1 wad of cash.
Yeah,
One
just one wad
wad, but like money
But
wasn't
nothing
part of
else,
the
no.
plot. It
I mean
wasn't-
that we'll get to that because that comes
right,
in later.
That's true.
Yeah.
In a big way.
So he does not have these two. We see a lesbian shower scene where these two get themselves very clean.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. He doesn't get in the shower with them.
No, he
He
very
doesn't want to have
respectfully,
sex with these women.
very respectfully hands some towels without looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they come out and it's just like, we hear you're a private investigator. Can you investigate our privates? He's like,
Man.
I gotta go to work.
Even for
Not even
1985, that
trying,
was
man.
low hanging fruit on a level that was like buried in the ground fruit. God damn.
Hey, look, I found this orange 10 feet below the surface of the earth. Isn't that
Let's
crazy?
deliver it stagnatingly to your face. Like, Jesus Christ. Like as she was saying that line, I was like, my brain was like, don't, you don't. Oh, you did it.
Wait, have we seen the computer people yet? No.
No, that's after this.
Okay.
Because who's calling him right now? Because he gets a call from somebody.
It might, yeah, we might be.
I think we might have skipped over something. Because,
Oh, maybe that happens before they shower.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Silly
right.
me.
Whatever. It's impossible to keep
how can I
track.
forget that scene of the two people talking?
So we
Fuck.
have a scene with the chairman of the yacht club, who turns out to be some type of government official, talking about how the Russians are 5 years behind us technologically, but they keep buying up our technology so they can get ahead. And he's talking to a woman who's like, oh, I know a guy who can handle it. And that's when they call Cody Abilene to come investigate Russian technology.
Wait, we
thieving
missed
rings.
something already. God, we missed so much. This movie is impossible to put in order. Because he's already met the woman whose breasts are like always almost out.
That's
Yes,
after
because
this. That is after
No.
this. Because he has to leave the yacht
no,
after
no,
the
man, he
showering.
already had sex with that woman.
He has to leave the yacht after showering. He showers, the women shower, and then he leaves and gets the assignment to do that.
Or
But
maybe
she's not part of the assignment.
maybe the chairman.
She just happens to know those people.
No, maybe it's the chairman.
She wasn't
who
part of the
recommends it.
assignment. That's why her at the beginning is like kind of like
Because the chairman sends her to meet with him, or sends him to meet with her, and he brings her that fucking red spangly dress.
But that's after the scene in the shower women.
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
He leaves there and then he goes. It shows him showing up at night with the package, and the woman with the breasts.
No, you're right. Bob's
Yeah.
right. Bob's
yeah,
right.
the woman with the because her breasts.
She's
are-
the woman. Is she the woman? Good
Oh,
God.
man.
Is she the woman that the
This is all playmates, by the way. All these
Yeah, they're
women
all-
are playmates.
yeah.
there were like
yeah.
6 playmates in the movie.
Yeah.
So is she the woman in the weird dress that's in the computer room with the yacht club guy?
Yes, that's her.
And then
Okay.
so
The
he's
Contessa.
yes,
he's hired by the yacht by somebody. Who's he hired by?
He's like, okay.
Oh my God in heaven.
The yacht club guy is like, someone in this family is doing things with the Russians.
And
We gotta figure out who. But we can't send you because you know them too well. What the fuck does that even mean?
They can't send the breast woman.
Yes. The breast
I don't know what else
woman.
her name was. What was her name?
Contessa.
Okay. Her clothes were insane. Okay.
No.
They were.
You were supposed to look at one thing only.
Oh yeah. I mean, the movie wants you to think of her as a breast. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's so. This movie is such a. All of his movies are like this. It's helicopters and tits. It's
So
what
where
they
are we?
yeah.
Hold on. So
all right, so
then she's like, I know a guy.
Somehow
God.
Cody Abilene gets contacted and is told to meet with Contessa
to
about this job.
And he's supposed to talk to her and take her out in the town and kind of see her that she's to figure out what's going on.
Right, but instead
there was the assignment was to keep her busy or something.
Yeah, but then
because then it's a montage. He gets to her house. He gives her this
Oh,
superhero
right, the
Wonder
montage.
Woman outfit.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a montage of their night out together, and it's dancing, drinking, instantly fucking.
but it was montage sex.
Yeah.
Right. In the montage,
It's
of the other
montage
stuff.
sex, and then all of a sudden it shows Cody going, "Oh man, I'm really thirsty." And we're like, "What in the fuck?"
Remember, we've
And
seen
she's like,
nothing.
"Hold on, let me go get you some water." And you watch him drink water. And we're like, why was that part of it? And then they started having sex again. We're like, why is that part of the sex montage?
Remember, we know so little about everyone now. We know who's.
We were like, who is this woman?
I care. It's fine if you want to have a movie about someone drinking water, but let me know who the guy is that's drinking water. You know what I mean?
If you're gonna make me watch a guy drink water, I need to at least know something
I gotta have
about
an emotional
this person.
connection to him.
All right, so after that, I think Contessa introduces Cody to the Chamberlain family.
Yes, which is the woman in the wheelchair.
And
But he goes back home.
no,
doesn't he?
he goes.
Because we're gonna meet the best characters in the movie soon. Because he goes back home, and then when he's leaving to the next assignment is when he gets interrupted.
Yes, because he's late, and that's why
He's late.
That's why the houseboy is mad at him.
Oh, God.
But why is he late?
Yeah. So all right, hold on. So he has sex with the Contessa woman.
No, that's not there yet.
That's not there yet?
No, he goes to drop off. All right. Oh,
He
the
gets the
Buffingtons.
different
Oh,
car.
you're
Yeah,
I'm
he has
talking
to-
about the Buffingtons.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Buffingtons.
Okay, yes.
The best part of the movie, the worst part of the movie at the same time. It's unbelievable.
So,
he goes to change his car.
because
He goes to this
because he
deal-
lost to the Buffingtons.
No.
This
he goes
is before that. He's driving the DeLorean.
No, he races a DeLorean. Hold on.
Oh my
No, okay,
God.
so he encounters the Buffingtons, and the Buffingtons are a family
Oh yes.
that lost the dad, the patriarch of the
Jesus.
Buffingtons, lost to Cody's dad in a drag race.
A stock car. It said stock car.
I'm sorry. Stock car
Sorry.
race.
But it's just that he
Some
was
time ago.
also a yacht club founding person, and
now
he
that-
also drives stock cars.
Now he's obsessed with him. So is his wife, and now the kid is on it too. And so
Hold on.
They
They're Beverly Hillbilly level characters.
yeah,
Yes.
if the Dukes of Hazzard were the Beverly Hill Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. These are they shouldn't even be in California.
yeah, they look
There's
like
no
they look
reason
like
for
they're
them
out
to
of
be
a
there.
John Waters film.
Yes. Divine could have played one of these characters.
Yes. Oh, Divine is totally the mom.
Right.
Easily.
And this isn't
So-
a fuck movie.
Yeah. So they challenge him to a race.
Out of the blue, he's
Out of the
driving, and they pull up in front of him. He goes, "Oh!" And voiceover, "Oh no, not the Buffingtons again."
we're gonna get you this time. We're gonna get you. We're gonna beat you. We're gonna get you. Oh, we're gonna get you.
It was nonsense.
And so they
It's
race.
so blindsiding. It's
They
This,
race.
we need to hold on. We need to address just while we're describing all this stuff. The pacing of this movie is it's like It's almost like a train because it's just moving along and it doesn't give one fuck about what you understand or like pauses for like comedic timing or nothing. It
will get to 90 minutes no matter what you think or feel.
And the banjo music is constant.
Oh my God, it's constant. And the Buffingtons have their own music too.
So he races the Buffingtons
and the kid
loses.
Yeah, he loses.
Because the Buffingtons had nitrous. So he takes he takes the car.
Hold on.
And then the
you can't just say that.
And Buffington, Pa Buffington is like, son, how did you have to feed him? And he's like, well, this pot, he pulls out like a giant carafe jar.
No, it was,
it's like bubbling
and smoking.
Like a science experiment. He's like, it's nitrous. And the thing is, if you put too much in the engine, it's good for like 5 minutes and then it explodes.
And then the car explodes.
And then the car fucking explodes. In a movie about computers being sold to Russia.
And the dad goes,
like, what?
The dad goes, Mal, it was worth it. It's worth it. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh my God. There's no Russians in this fucking movie. I hate this fucking movie. There's not a single Russian person. Oh man.
So then he trades in the DeLorean.
Yes, that's why he goes to the car shop.
Because he lost to the Buffingtons and they give him a...
The guy's like, what's wrong with it? He goes, I don't know. I just lost to a Ford banger, so you tell me. And you're like, ugh. He asks about his dad's car, which is not done being fixed yet.
His dad has like this presence in this movie. Everything's about his father.
Well, is the dad dead? Because I thought they said the dad was basically lost at sea with his playmate... with his Playboy Bunny ship crew that he has.
Oh, they did
say
that.
The chairman's just like, maybe your father wouldn't get lost so much if he didn't have a ship crewed by women.
You're right, dude. That is fucking nuts. I didn't even think
he's
about it.
Just lost at sea having sex.
He's lost.
He's in like international waters doing all kinds of atrocities to this women, I'm assuming.
Well, his son
just
is at
based
home.
on how everything else works in this movie.
My son, the private detective in Buffington.
That's that could just be how you pay for your trip across the sea in this world.
Traveling.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Lube ourselves.
He loses the Buffingtons, goes to the mechanic. The mechanic's working on his dad's car. He gets the Ford.
That's when...
Then he goes to meet the Chamberlain.
Yes, he meets the Chamberlains. He pulls up and he goes...
There's so much plot in this movie.
Fuck, man.
Really meet like how many groups of people.
This is the best because when we got to this point, we really didn't understand that he was hired to do anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like from the movie, we were just like, why is he here now?
His voiceover makes it sound like he's just out doing stuff.
And then we're like, who the fuck are all these people? And it's all these people.
Yeah.
There's like the houseboy who's this. What was it? Shane the houseboy lets him in and is instantly angry with him for some reason. Then we get introduced to Mrs. Lily. Lady Lillian.
Lady Lillian.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I think it was Lady Lillian.
It's something like that. It's like a lady something.
And she's in a wheelchair and she's got a leg in a cast.
She's a real person too. She's not a playmate. She's like a human being.
Yeah. She's like the only
Not that playmates aren't human beings. I'm just saying.
She's the only woman in this
like this guy,
movie.
Andy Sidaris would only cast hot people.
Well, he couldn't have sex with her. She's in a wheelchair.
Oh my God.
She's the only woman in this movie that's like not top.
Dude, had he had sex with a woman with like a broken leg and a cast, this movie incredible. Like, but he didn't go that far. He's had some kind of restraint, I guess. I don't know.
Andy Sidaris, a man with some kind of restraint.
Some kind.
Probably his like sister or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's probably
that's like the only thing holding him back.
Right. And then, so he has the conversation outside of the mansion in the backyard with Lady Lillian.
Yeah.
What is she? Why does she ask him to stay there?
I think I was asking this while we were watching it because I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I don't.
He just in a voiceover is like,
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't really understand what happened in this movie. Like,
no.
Like, a lot of times we watch these things and like I get it, but this I was totally befuddled as to I didn't even understand who the Chamberlains like were for at least 45 minutes.
Maybe it was like
from their
a bodyguard situation. Like they snuck him in as a bodyguard so that he could investigate them and like.
But nothing was happening at the time.
He was supposed to be there. Oh my God.
Nothing had happened yet in their lives that would constitute them hiring a private detective to live in the house.
I don't think they knew he was a private detective.
What the fuck did they think he was that they would hire him? Who hired him, and what did they think he was doing? And what did everyone else in the house assume he was?
Wow. So the mother. Oh, she did say something like, I know something's going on and I need to know what it is. And that because it cuts to Shane making out with whatever.
Her
brother's wife.
Well, Stanley? Was it her brother Stanley?
Stewart.
Her brother's.
Lily's son, Stewart.
Lady Lillian's
wife,
son, Stewart's
we see having
wife.
sex
with
or
Shane.
making out with Shane.
And she's like, this is so much better than tennis. And Shane's like, yes, I am even more wooden than our protagonist.
Oh, no. Oh, well,
that guy's in that Patrick Dempsey movie,
Loverboy.
When did he? Is that when he said that line like, "What did you do in prison all those years?"
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, I gotta go. Oh, this is great. This is going on while Cody's talking to the Lady Lillian, and then the Lady Lillian all of a sudden, for God knows, I wish it came back. It didn't. She pulls out like a megaphone and just starts going like,
Shane.
No, she wasn't calling Shane.
Oh,
she was calling the daughter.
You're
daughter-in-law. I can't remember her name.
I can't remember.
She was just like, "Where are you, Sharon?" And we were just like, "Why? Why does she have a bullhorn?"
Which she never has again
on her own property.
Never shown again.
No. So then she's like, I gotta go see my mom, and he's like, "What? But I love you, or I want you," and she's just like, "No." Well, and then
how'd you handle yourself in prison? And he goes, "I ate a lot of furniture,"
which I don't get. You think it's
because it's like pillow biter.
Maybe.
You know, pillow biter, like you're getting it in the ass. He ate a lot of furniture. I thought
he could have
know.
Also said I made a lot of furniture.
He said 8.
Yeah, it sounded like he said 8.
Yeah,
we probably should have just scrolled it back and put on subtitles.
What would does maid make a lot more difference?
And people make furniture in prison.
Instead, that's what they do
but
instead
I feel
of having
like he
sex.
was saying but wait a minute, hold on. I can't believe we're spending any time on this, but he was responding to like a sexual inquiry because he's like, I need to fuck you, and she's like, well, I can't right now, and then she's like, how did you get through prison without being able to fuck? And he was like, well, I ate a lot of furniture, denoting, in my opinion, that he was having sex in his ass.
Why? I've never heard it said like that.
I'm trying to... I don't know, okay? That's what I got from it.
Bob, please try to make ate a lot of furniture a thing.
Okay. Ate a lot of furniture.
I ate a lot of furniture. I don't know what it is.
I'll Google the phrase after we're done.
There's no fucking way
do it now.
that it is a goddamn phrase that is like
something pillow biter is sort of close.
But that's like a pillow is in furniture.
I just think, we go the course of the movie. I'll just say this without spoilers. The course of the movie proves that he is bisexual to some degree. So he does have sex with men, and
does he?
Well, yeah.
We'll get to it.
God, we're so lost in the woods. We're talking about this phrase.
Mike, what does it mean? You look disgusted.
I'm not
okay.
Perplexed. Used in a sentence. They don't even have a definition on Urban Dictionary. When I was 12, I was 6'3". When I went to play championships for our basketball tournament, this guy said, "That guy must eat furniture. He's huge." Also see Shaq eats furniture.
So that's not helpful whatsoever.
So are you saying that maybe Shane was saying I just pumped a lot of iron and got really swole?
Maybe.
Like he exercised a lot?
Oh my God.
Anyway, we got to move on.
We have to move on.
I mean, he's pretty
He
buff.
ate all that furniture, though.
Yeah, he's a real buff guy, but like...
So anyway, then Cody gets introduced to the sister-in-law who gives a shit. She flirts with him. He flirts with her. He just tries to fuck everyone.
Every woman that's not Lady Lillian flirts with him.
Yes, she's seriously the only one.
Yeah. Because Andy Sidaris is such a feminist that a woman in a wheelchair can't be a sexual being at all. No.
Not at all.
Just if you're a playmate, that's it. Every other woman...
Her usefulness
Sorry, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I did actually set the trash can on fire.
No, you didn't. She
What?
meets
Yeah. So, what happened next? I don't know.
anyone that listens.
We
to
were
this
just
that didn't
like-
watch the movie is be like, turn it off. We can't. It's so hard. This is a hard one.
Is it the gym scene?
Oh, he goes to the. Oh my God.
The gym scene.
Beverly is
This
his
is where
top
we
friend.
introduce
He-
Beverly,
Because
the
he
sergeant in
narrates
the
and he's like,
police.
and then I decided to go to the gym with my friend Beverly, who's a cop. We like to pump iron every now and then.
And then he's like, there's lots of hot women at the
I
gym.
love looking at women.
Oh, okay, yes, I remember. I remember where we are. Okay, yeah,
it's like a fucking serial killer. It's like American Psycho.
Okay, so he's there. They're at the
Peggy's
gym,
really pretty.
and yeah, like
Oh.
he's talking about how hot all the women are there, and like how hot Beverly is, and then there's like these two like super buff guys on the other side who's like, look at that asshole, and then like we starts getting like really
fuck, yes.
big like close ups on their pecs and whatnot, and then we cut to the other daughter of the Chamberlains in the shower
Right.
as Shane.
No. It cuts directly to the
cut to a
sister-in-law doing the. We were like, what is she
Oh,
doing?
that's right. She's
No,
like
you're
doing
right.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like doing some kind of weird dance in
With
her
her tits out.
with her,
Yeah.
God, everyone's boobs are just out.
It's disgusting.
It's
I
crazy.
mean, like the women aren't disgusting, but it's
No, no, no,
disgusting.
it's just,
like,
like,
the movie
crazy.
is so fucking.
And she's doing
it's
like a lap
Spike
dance on
TV
the
made a
floor.
porn, and
It's
Yeah.
Porky's.
yeah, Andy Sidaris. Yeah, he's making softcore male-centric porn.
Yeah. Are we at the shower scene yet after that? Or am I skipping ahead?
You mean the rape scene, Mike?
Rape scene, yeah.
I mean, it's,
Yes,
it's what
because
it
those
is.
happen concurrently. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the other Chamberlain daughter is in the shower, and Shane comes in, sets a camera on the table.
Like a timer photo
yeah,
camera.
and then just gets in there and starts kissing. She's like, no, get away from me.
he like, puts her hand over her mouth,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he forces her to kiss
Yeah.
him.
and then she starts getting into it.
yeah.
And then there's another sex montage
A rape
in the
montage.
shower. Well,
It would have been way less bad if they established these two had a relationship prior, and like were playing these games or something. Except the way you made this, it just looks like
he raped her.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then he
that's
goes,
Andy
he grabs the
Sidaris.
camera.
No, it's
Oh, the camera goes off. He gets a picture of him.
so. Not only did you
Fucking
rape
her.
somebody, you took a picture of it.
Yeah.
for blackmail.
and he lets her know it.
Yeah, and then
He's like,
she's
thanks
just like,
thanks for the photo.
And then she's just like, Shane, you asshole, get out of here. And it's like, oh, so that was rape. That really does seem like rape. Okay.
and then
No one
that's
talks
it.
about it.
No one
ever.
talks.
She
It
doesn't
doesn't
bring
really
it up.
just not really discussed.
Wait,
Yeah.
we meet her in a dinner scene where Cody meets her at dinner
Yeah, there's
first.
a- there's
She's
a
wearing
dinner-
that like white
There's a dinner
sweater.
scene with the Chamberlains.
I don't think that scene really does anything that we
No,
don't
it
need to
just
talk about.
introduces some people that we've already talked
You're right.
Okay.
There was a dinner
But
scene
it happened.
where he's introduced to the
Well, I
whole
just
family.
want to point out that we met her 2 scenes prior to this, and she
she's-
had 2 lines.
And
She
then
was
she's-
introduced as the niece, and she said one thing to Cody, and then the next time we see her, she gets raped. That's all I'm saying.
The movie itself
That's
as
all.
an entity does not define this in any way as problematic,
Yeah,
Nope.
which is odd because of what's coming up.
yes.
Because, like, I mean, like, them glossing over this from a 1985, like, titty flick, it's, like, sad, but it's true.
Right.
But the fact that there's that other line in this movie makes it way worse.
We'll get
Yeah.
to that. I think it's coming up soon because I think
So yeah, well, this is where he
the
gets
daughter takes
asked.
Cody to the business of a family friend.
She's like eating food by the pool, and he swims up, and is like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, my car's in the shop, and I need to go somewhere." And he goes, "I'll give you a ride." And where he takes her is to meet the computer guy.
I have no idea how he's related to the family.
I don't understand. I don't know what he does with computers, Mike.
I think they invest. in him.
They keep saying the word computers,
Yeah, they
but
say
we don't
things
really
like
see
we invest in computers, and then the market's good, and we sell things to the Russians. God, it's like written by like a 3rd grader or something. Like,
It's written by someone who doesn't really know what computers are.
but he takes
Or
her.
business.
or
He
spy
takes her to
thrillers.
there.
Or rape.
That
He's
would be
like,
true.
He's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
do you have
right.
something for me?" She hands him a wad of money. The 2 giant meatheads from the gym walk in, and we were like, "Why the fuck are they there?"
Because they just seemed like
immediately-
random people in the gym.
Yeah.
They didn't seem like they were going to be in the plot.
No.
We're
introduced.
disgusting.
So we're introduced to them, and they're like goon.
They immediately
boss.
grab her. The woman who was just raped in the scene
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
They like grab her and start like hitting on her,
Yeah.
and don't stop until their boss is like, "Hey, she's a client."
Yeah.
Not, hey, she's a person.
Yeah, not that
Hey.
she's a human being at
Hey.
all.
Hey, she's useful to me.
She can lose me money if you're mean to her. Come
Yeah,
on.
And so that guy's name is John, and then we find out the goons are Matthew, Mark, and Lou.
Yes.
God damn it.
But one of them is played by Mauser from Police Academy 2 and
right.
3.
Art, I think his name is Art something, but yeah. Art
He
Monaco.
mostly just goes, "Ha!" in this movie.
He's like a fat guy too with these buff guys.
Oh God.
And
It
it's just so
makes no
weird.
sense.
It's like it's so weird. I don't understand where the plot, how we got. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then
So then Cody's like, "Yeah, these guys are all dicks. Let's get out of here." And she's like, I'm here to do business. And he's like, "Well, I'm out. Peace." And he dips on her. And then the John guy goes, "Hey,
she's in a
Mike,
safe place."
Mark, Paul, and Luke, hey, go make sure he leaves the premises," which he was already doing.
Yeah.
So then it cuts to them tailing Cody in the car.
Yeah, they run him down.
They chase him on the side of the road. They're like, "Pull over," and he's like, "No." And then they're like, "Do it, or we'll run you off the road."
Run you off the road.
He's
right.
like, "Oh, okay."
So like they're threatening him. Cody gets a
He's-
couple punches in.
Well, he takes off his shirt and he goes, "My
Oh, yeah.
body is a weapon of destruction or
Destruction,
something."
yeah.
And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "I'll kill you in a
they
matter
take off
of
their
moments."
shirts. Everyone's well oiled.
Yeah.
Well, he does beat up the bigger guys.
Yeah, he does.
He
Until
gets a couple hits.
Then Mauser has a gun.
Yeah, he punches Mauser, and Mauser's gun, takes a hit, and Cody's like suddenly crippled by
Right.
this. And then they beat him up and they shoot up his car, and he goes off into the desert.
A very
like-
weird scene of him shooting the car, like because Mauser's just like, every time he shoots, he has this like orgasm face on. Yeah, right. And then they run into the desert.
And then he
they
goes
make
into
him
the
walk
desert.
into the desert, and
Which
then where he, good
Unfucking
God,
believable.
This is-
maybe it's
The
all
gall-
mirage.
the gall of this fucking
But he
movie.
has another car. He finds a used car dealership in the middle of
It's
the
like
nowhere
it's like a
desert.
junkyard. It's a junkyard.
It's a junkyard.
Run by
A playmate-
who else
a
besides
playmate.
a Playboy playmate
in a cowboy hat.
in
This
a
one has
cowboy hat. And he walks up and he goes, "What's the fastest car you got on this lot?" And she immediately takes
Then
off
she
her
says-
shirt and says,
It's like,
"I am."
I am the take me for a ride or something, and then
And you're just like, "Shoot me in the head," because he's going, "Oh God," which leads to the line we'll get to, which hasn't happened
right,
yet.
and he drives away in a
And
car.
then he drives away in a car, and she's
He
like,
fucks her.
"Come back around,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "All right, bye, thanks for the car."
Which to us in this
And we
movie
were
just
all
seems like he's a guy that has sex with anyone.
yeah. So he got
all,
that
all
car.
the women want
Everything
his
is
body.
good.
Yeah, women want this guy.
Mm.
So he's
Now he's got a new car. It's a what is it? It's a
Datsun.
Oh, it's a Datsun Z.
and he drives back to the Chamberlains, right?
Yep.
And we hear the voiceover. It's terrible. Laugh. You gotta laugh because it's so
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh God, it's so bad.
The voiceover, he recalls basically the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Just like he did before,
What
he starts telling you everything
which
he
is
did.
amazing to think that they thought it was necessary because and the last thing he says, he's like, I went to meet with what's their name,
I met
Jonathan, and then I did this, and I got the Three Stooges ran me down, and then I got raped, and then
and we were like,
what?
Hold up the fuck up! What? He got raped? What do you
It
mean?
was so like in the voiceover, it's
like-
like passive. It's
Yeah, he just like bowls over it. Like
God, I got raped again today. Oh,
we were
wow.
like,
because all of
Jesus.
us were like shocked by the actual rape scene, and
Yeah.
then he
so does
just
that
said-
imply there was a scene we didn't see where like they had sex and then he was like, "You made me feel awful, and I'm gonna call the police unless you give me a car."
He begrudgingly has sex with a woman for a car.
But
Not even
oh,
begrudgingly.
dude, I don't want to. We
Actually,
can't
no.
talk about this because
No,
it's
not-
yeah,
not even
right.
right. It's I don't
It's
even.
just-
I honestly don't know where to go
The
with it.
power
in my mind.
dynamics are
It's
fucking
insane.
mind-boggling.
There-
here.
It's
For
so-
him to describe what happened as that is just kind of like
Yeah.
in such a weird situation too in the movie, and it's such a non-scene.
Was that supposed to? Is that
Like,
why
the
we were
main
supposed to like
character
not question why the other woman didn't say something? Because he's just like, yeah,
This is
Like,
the kind
he
of
was
movie
okay.
this is. The main character gets raped during the runtime, and it's like a thing.
It's a blip.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean,
this movie's fucking terrible, man.
so bad.
It's
so god awful.
It is a
God.
basically excuse so the character can get back to civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
After
do we
being run
get
off the road.
him back to the house? Well, at some point on the set, somebody was like, he gets raped in the desert, and then he gets a car for free.
Someone said that. I mean,
Yeah, like, on what planet? Even in 1985, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
It was voiceover too. They didn't even need to put that in there.
No.
We could have just seen him show up.
Yeah, with the fucking, I know, man.
like you didn't.
We
need that.
got it. We understood that he had sex with that woman for a car. Like, he did not need to say that, and it just like it changed everything. That one line of dialogue.
Ah.
So he's back at the Chamberlain.
We missed a couple scenes, I think, of
Right.
of Shane having sex with people
He
and
probably had sex with
videotaping it.
Yeah, he had sex with the woman that he went to the gym with.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not
But
yet.
no, but
No,
because at this point, isn't this where he overhears him telling that woman that he's gonna blackmail her? He starts blackmailing the. Oh wait, we forgot to mention. God damn it! Stewart saw Shane come out of the bathroom with the camera after the shower scene.
Oh, we didn't talk about the maid either.
Maid
Oh my
Marian.
God,
Maid
Marian.
Marian.
Fuck.
Who looks like the grandma from Addams Family.
Yeah, she looks like a young Carol Kane with like real crazy
no,
hair.
I thought it was Carol Kane for a second. Like,
Yeah.
it looked like Carol
But
Kane
she's also
from, like,
dressed
Taxi.
like a
Yeah.
prostitute maid.
Yeah.
If Carol Kane was dressed like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't Carol Kane. It was a
not.
playmate.
But why
Surprisingly.
does this family have a maid dressed like
Why
that?
are there so many characters? There's so
There's a
many
lot of characters.
to keep
Dude,
track
I don't even
of.
want to talk about
Why do-
fucking
why do
Stewart.
women
Like, I
throw
don't
the-
even want to talk about Stewart.
No.
But we have to for some reason. In all honesty, like, why?
I don't know.
All right.
Just took up time in
So-
the movie. Well, Stewart saw that shit.
All right.
Stewart saw that. Then isn't he told to follow Stewart?
That
No.
might be coming up. Okay, so
Where are we? He just
No, first
got
Shane-
back to the Chamberlain's
Shane,
house.
I think this is where he overhears Shane threatening
the
Stewart's
sister-in-law,
wife.
Stewart's wife.
Stewart's wife with like, because he's been like filming and taking pictures of all their.
And he shows Stewart's
their
wife. Here's the photos.
Yeah.
Here's a video of us fucking.
Yeah, and
And
he-
here's-
By the
Stewart-
way, he has a video camera that through a remote in his bed can be like it comes up
Weep,
with a
flips up,
robotic
yeah.
arm and then starts filming you.
Yeah.
and
So-
And he can do like
So is
panning
this-
shots and stuff with it too. It was
Stewart
nice.
has a $30,000 debt, gambling debt. He needs wipe clean.
Oh
So
yeah,
a
from the
third
phone
plot
call.
in a movie that we don't.
He
So-
receives a phone call from a man in a black abyss sitting
Yeah.
on a couch.
Okay,
Wasn't that
so-
Jonathan though?
No,
No, it's the different guy.
completely
It's
different
that-
guy.
yeah.
Dude, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I was like,
He
that
could-
guy looked like the other guy though. He like looked similar.
So he threatens.
No, he
the
looked like
wife.
Brian Dennehy, kind of.
Oh wait, you're
That
right.
guy, the like
Yeah.
old gray-haired old man.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the Buffingtons show up again.
He. Oh God. All right. So he threatens the wife. Then
Fucking
Shane has to take
break
Stewart
up all
out
these rape
to a
scenes
club,
in
and you
Buffington.
find out that Shane has also been fucking Stewart. Stewart is a cross-dresser, and he's also gay, and he's going out to a club,
Which is really a restaurant. It
it's a
doesn't. It is
restaurant.
not a club.
yeah, it's just
He's like having a nice, quiet
yeah,
dinner.
just with another man,
Another
in
man is
drag,
wearing a
it's fine.
burqa.
Yeah,
That's like,
it was. Weird.
huh.
Yeah, that's
There's
And-
so
weird.
much that they
and-
shouldn't. These
And-
subjects they
and-
should never
and
have
Cody's,
touched.
Yeah,
Cody's
yeah,
fo-
yeah.
follows him, and he's just like, ha ha, those crazy weirdos.
I knew there was
So-
something wrong with him.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
And Shane's trying to shake him down, and there's a big benefit coming up for Lady Lillian the next night that Shane is trying to get the money before. So that's the next big plot point.
Right.
Yeah, he
the
threatened him, and
benefit.
he was like, "You better give me that money midnight at the gala or whatever, or at the whatever
At the gala.
what it had a name
It was a charity event or something.
Yeah,
Charity event, whatever.
at the ball."
Right.
And is there something before the charity event, or
Dude,
we
he
just
has-
skip right there? Do the Buffingtons show up again before that? I know they're your favorite part, Bob.
They show up during the day. I feel like he goes back to the boat at some point. Because there's like that mid scene where he's like trying to leave the boat again, and they won't let him. Remember?
Yeah.
There's like that. Remember, there was another scene.
Well, no, at the
it's
ball
floating in
though, a
there.
bunch of stuff happened at the ball though.
Yeah, so
Because-
Shane's bookie
yeah.
shows up and threatens him.
Yeah, he's like, "Give me the money immediately," and he's like, "Fucking shit, I gotta figure this out."
The Contessa is back, and it's
she's
like,
wearing that white thing that looks insane.
yeah, it's just more boob
Stuff.
Yeah.
More boob stuff.
And then she's like, "Hey, Cody, want to come back and do me tonight?" And he's like, "I sure do." So that's
I'll
a whole
do
thing.
that.
He's like, "But I gotta pay attention right now."
I'm
But
working.
they had sex in that house.
Was it? Or were they? I thought
That was later.
or was it her house? Ah, you got that guy.
We don't see the second time Contessa and Cody have sex.
But it's definitely.
It's just implied.
Yeah.
It's implied, yes, but it
But
happened there.
It's not implied. It's
because they
explicitly stated.
because what happens because
You're jumping forward.
no all this happens the night of the party. All of that
He
happened
had
the night
sex
of the
in the
party.
house with the police officer later.
Yes,
After
because
Shane is
after
dead.
that's what I'm saying right here at the party. Shane's like, "I got to get this money immediately," so he like makes a phone call pretending to be somebody named Frederick for Stewart.
Oh, yeah,
And then
you're
Stewart
right.
answers the phone. He goes, "Look, fuck, give me it's Shane.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
the 30,000 now." And he's like, "I told you, bitch." And he like hangs up the phone, and that's when Shane's all super pissed in his room later that
He's, like,
night,
looking
like
through his blackmail materials, and then
yeah, and he's like watching the porn, and that's when
someone comes in and starts attacking him,
Stabs him.
Stabs him
and
right. It was like the scene from The Village when Hawkwind Phoenix gets stabbed. Remember, it's all silent. He kind of turns around, it's just like a knife in you.
yeah.
It's like, oh,
He gets stabbed.
God,
he
what
gets
a weird
shot,
scene this was.
and then he grabs on the TV, which is playing Regis Philbin and
Philbin.
his wife Joy on a talk show.
Well, wait, hold on. Before he grabs the TV,
No.
this is all very intricate. What happens here? Because he gets stabbed, he falls down, and then the killer backs away,
and shoots him once,
and then he goes to reach.
and then the killer.
Well, he has to reach into the cupboard.
No,
and
he gets stabbed. He grabs the camera, gets shot as he takes a picture of the person who stabbed and shot him.
Right.
Then he puts the
The
camera in a drawer
that has another camera in it.
that has another camera in it, and then the killer grabs this wrong camera and ejects the tape out of the TV, and then he gets up and grabs the TV, and the killer then shoots him. I thought
In the
right in the
head.
fucking head.
It looked
No.
like it was in the
But
head.
then he proceeds to stand up and like rip the TV out of the wall and like
And fall through the
jump
doors.
through the doors of the room he was in and like fall out dead in the garden.
Yep.
But
Then
they're still at the house in the morning. Well, I guess he lives
No one heard the
there.
gunshots? Like,
Yeah, there were 2 gunshots.
anyway, Cody and Contessa are at
Lord.
the pool the next morning, and they're just like, "Hey, that was some great sex we had last night. Hey, what's that over there?"
it's the best.
It
There's
seriously is like,
"What
oh,
was
what
that?"
is that?
Oh, it's just Shane's dead
Oh,
body.
No, I mean, it cuts to them standing over Shane's dead body, and they're like, wow, that's crazy. And then they start
no human-
flirting and hugging and
Yeah,
kissing.
There's no human
immediately.
emotion about Shane dying
No.
at all. And these two characters don't even have the full knowledge of him being overtly good or bad.
No.
Like, he could be a good person as far as they know for everything.
No, what's his name knows he's shitty.
I mean,
Cody-
yeah, but did he
Cody-
deserve to die on the
No.
ground? Do they know that
Probably
much?
not.
No.
And then like the police get involved. Oh wait,
He goes to talk to Lady Lillian about
yeah,
it.
and it's like, yeah, I'll call the police, and he calls a fucking sex hotline. And
Man.
like,
Oh my God, there's so much. It's
This
like
part doesn't make any
any
sense.
sense.
his like secretary is a
His
sex...
Batgirl, his Oracle, is a sex hotline. And it's a woman who wants to fuck him more than anyone on this planet.
Yeah,
of people
she won't
who
even
want
do
to fuck him.
what he asks because she wants to fuck him so bad.
It's in a
Just
room
hearing his
full of
voice
other-
makes her take off her clothes.
Yeah, this is in a room full of sex phone operators that actively get into it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is not a thing.
And she is like, yeah, they all look dressed to the nines too.
Yeah.
Like they're like hot Playboy people.
Yeah.
I don't even
So-
understand what he talked to her about.
Yeah,
that's
he's like,
relevant.
he's getting her to call the cops, and it's like, can't you do that?
Can't you-
Yeah, why
have
couldn't
a
you?
phone.
You called her.
Yeah, why don't you call the
So
cops?
confusing.
It's so really. And she's just to see her tits.
Oh,
She
but-
takes her tits out.
So then he like steals the
He
camera
he
with.
finds the roll of film.
And we
The
hear
roll-
through voiceover he doesn't want cops to find it before he does.
Right.
So he takes it, and then the cops show up.
The detective
And it's the woman
Sergeant
he had-
Beverly.
Yeah, Sergeant Beverly, the woman he had sex with earlier.
No, he hasn't had sex.
Can't
with
have
her
sex with her yet.
Oh, they went to the gym. You're right.
yet. Yeah.
And then they're like, "Well, let's go investigate."
Let's go
and-
check out the beach or the pool house or whatever.
Or his,
Shane's room.
yes, Shane's
Yeah.
room. I
No, it's
guess?
not Shane's room. It's a different.
Oh, yeah, it's a different room because
Different- it's
Shane's
like a
room
beach
is where he
house.
died.
Right.
Yeah, this
It's
is
like, yeah, I guess the guest
Guest
house
house
or
or
the
Guest
beach
house.
or the
Well,
pool house.
they get there and
And they have sex immediately.
Yeah, she's like, man, you're looking good, Beverly. You've been hitting the gym. And she's like, you're looking good too. It's like, show you mine if I show you. You show me yours if I show you mine. And then they undress and they fuck.
but you know what?
And then
he finds the remote mid fucking, which
And it's like, oh, hey, there's how this guy was making these tapes, which isn't helpful.
no, it doesn't really help any at all.
and
No.
he doesn't wait to tell her that he's discovered that he's taped that there's a tape.
He
there.
waits until they're finished.
Yeah, and he's just like, hey, guess what?
We've been recorded.
I just recorded the last like 5 minutes of us.
and then she takes the tape,
Yeah.
She's like, this is police evidence, pervert.
which I thought when she took it, I was like, she's gonna take it because she's on it fucking, and she's like,
No.
no, this is evidence.
It's not, though.
It's like.
It's
Okay,
not. Oh,
I don't.
anyway.
You know what I mean? Like I thought the plot of that scene was gonna be you taped me fucking. I'm taking this tape. No, but it was like no. This needs to go to the fucking. This got to go to HQ.
Right.
We got to
For what, though?
This.
It doesn't have the.
I don't know,
anyway.
man.
It doesn't have
Anyway.
anyone on it of pertinence. It's them.
But all of a sudden, goons
Right.
show up. Some of
Is that instantly?
yeah.
Goons.
The Three
Because
Stooges.
no, it's not the Three Stooges. It's two other random goons that.
Oh right, it's just
because
two guys
Cody
that we don't
tries
know.
to shoot him. They're running around. Cody's trying to shoot him, and Cody can't shoot for shit. And Beverly has to like shoot the first guy, and then Beverly's like, about to shoot him, and Cody's just like, wait, I got this.
And he stands right in front of her gun.
Yeah. And then like
Misses.
she shoots
She
him,
shoots
and
him.
then just cut right back inside where they're just kind of like chilling out, wearing less clothes than before.
Somebody died last night. Two people
Are dying outside
just
of this
are
building
like
currently.
dead, and
Yeah,
they're
it's
inside
just like-
snuggling like nothing happened.
Yeah.
A police officer and a detective
yeah,
in a crime scene.
yeah. Oh yeah, it was a crime scene. I forgot about that.
like it's what world?
I don't know, man.
And then isn't it right? Isn't right after that when he walks up and like the whole Chamberlain family is like sitting there, and they're like he goes to discuss all of his findings or something? Isn't that now, or does he go? I don't know.
There's some point when Lady Lillian gets the photos of the stepsister sent to her.
Yeah, that might be a. The next thing I can remember is the other two of the other goons being sent to the houseboat.
Right.
He goes home, and those two women are.
He's got to have
living
encountered.
in
Oh
his
yeah,
house.
the two women are in his.
He
They're, like,
encounters the
living in his
Buffingtons
house.
again when he
Some point.
But he leaves the when he leaves the houseboat to get back to the plot. He encounters the Buffingtons again.
Yeah.
Because he goes back to the houseboat. The two women will not leave, and he's on the phone. Remember? And he's trying. Because they already had sex, and she's like, "Is anyone there?" And he's like, "Yeah, somebody's a naked woman is here serving me breakfast while another one's turning with Twan." Remember that?
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, of course I'm alone." But it's two women there,
Yeah,
like
the two
trying
women
to
from
fuck him
before, Yeah.
on the Miami or the Malibu Express.
All bored.
And then they get off the phone, and he has to get back to the Chamberlains.
Dude,
right?
he makes like 3 phone calls in that scene. He calls 3 different women, and they all hit on him.
Yeah,
Because he calls
the
Judy
restaurant operator.
He
yeah.
calls Judy Knockers or whatever.
June Knockers, right.
The driver woman. He talks to her for a second.
Because he needs her car, right? Or something?
No, he needs her.
He needs the guy
They have-
at the racetrack.
No, it's also a woman. Everyone's a woman.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he needs
Because-
a woman at the racetrack to develop the film because he doesn't want to take it to like
To a regular place.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Because it has a murder.
and like
on it.
and the guys bust in trying to look for that film, so he knows it's
Worth something.
Right, because the buff black guy was like, he kept telling the women how mad he was that he couldn't find
I'm
the
gonna be pissed
film.
off.
I'm going to be pissed off. Don't you be lying to me.
Be pissed
It's
off.
really weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when those guys break into the boat, Cody manages to shoot off Krauser's ear.
Mauser, yeah.
Mauser,
Yes.
That's okay. Right. Because in the next scene we see him, he's got a huge bandage on his face.
What the fuck happened in this movie at this point?
All right.
I'm trying to. It should it's weird because usually the back half is easier to recall than the first half because you watch
Beverly
it earlier.
gets
you know?
shot.
Yeah, but the
Beverly
end of
gets
this
shot
is
at
such a
some
damn
mess.
When does Beverly get shot?
When they get the photo developed. So Beverly and
Because they're at the
There's a
the
Buffington
raceway.
scene between all this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
They race the
Buffingtons-
Buffingtons again, and,
and
this
he
time
loses.
He
no,
wins.
he loses
again.
He
Okay.
loses
Yeah.
again. And they're like, you are really a piece of shit, man. And they yell at
You
him for a
can't
while.
stress enough how superfluous these scenes are.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
so
really,
worth it
honest
for
to
the
God,
third one, though.
believed that they would come into the plot at some point.
Yeah.
No.
But
Like
no.
he would be saved. The day would be saved by the Buffingtons showing up.
And the Buffingtons beat him again, and they all moon him, and they on like
we are number 1.
yeah on their asses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Good job, Buffington.
All right, so he goes to the raceway with Beverly.
And June is
there.
like, who is she? And he's like, she's just a work colleague. It's
Right.
like, dude.
June Knockers is and there's a scene where the race car, like the pit crew, just like, man, this car's the tits, and she's like, that car's the tits. What about these?
Yeah, she pulls her boobs out. That woman just showed everyone her boobs.
She was
Constantly.
not afraid to show her boobs.
So
They get the photos developed by another woman that flirts with Cody in front of the other 2
Oh my
women,
God.
and you're just like, man,
This man has said nothing or done anything to be this
No.
attractive, and
And
he is
there's-
not that attractive.
he's not. So
he's like, all right,
he's
well,
like,
we'll just
there's a
wait
really
here.
amazing picture here.
Yeah.
And then the goons show up. The 3 goons. The 2 really buff guys. And
Well, that's what they have the picture. Bev puts it in her purse, and as they're walking to the car, she gets shot
Yeah,
but
I
with
know,
a
'cause you're all
shotgun.
like, oh fuck!
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It was just like, bam!
chunk out of her
Her
shoulder. it
shoulder.
looks like.
Right, and this is like the beginning of the entire.
Oh
like-
no, the goons chase them
Yeah.
there because they lost them on the highway. And that
Yeah.
really did, that crazy maneuver he pulled to lose them on the highway,
Oh, yeah.
which was
But this is the
being on the
beginning
other
of
side
the
of a
chase
box
scene with
truck.
all of them, right? Like the big chase where where like she gets shot, right?
Yeah.
Then there's like a foot chase of him
They're
shooting
like going
at
through like the
them.
cars and the
Well,
raceway.
he has the photo now. She gives him
Yeah.
their purse, and she's like, "Get this
Doesn't
out
he quote
there."
Dirty Harry in this?
Yeah,
I
he
did
quotes.
it
Yeah,
earlier.
he does it poorly. But then he finds June. He's like, June, I need your car, and she's like, you're not going anywhere without me. And so she gets in the car with him, and he's driving off trying to get away from the goons, who abduct an old man and make him fly them in a helicopter to chase
Yes.
Cody. Meanwhile, in the car,
And that's a big staple of these movies.
yeah,
Andy Sidaris
Well,
finds
they're
a
in
way.
the super race car now.
yeah, and then June's is like,
She was trying to fuck him.
while he's driving.
And he's like, "No, we're being chased by a helicopter full of men with guns." And she's like,
like,
"Shut
At this point,
up."
it was like this. If Andy Sidaris was more of a genius, he could have made this weird, dark satire about a man who doesn't want to have sex.
But
You know what I mean? It's like this woman's like, "Have sex with me." He's like, "We're literally about to die. Stop it!"
Mauser's getting super judgy on the helicopter. He's like, look what he's doing down
Look
in
what
that
he's
poor
making
girl.
her do.
First off, how'd you even see?
Yeah,
And also,
you
you're
couldn't
trying to
see
murder them. Why do you care? Like, you're trying. I'm trying to murder these two people, but he better not mistreat her. Like, what?
And then finally she realizes that, they have guns too.
And he goes, I've been saying that. That was great.
That was pretty good.
So
Because her breasts were out and stuff. It was like, play with me. Like, I'm a thing, please, during this chase.
Yeah. So Mauser and his crew like get the helicopter to go like further down the road to try and head him off, and then they get out of the helicopter, and the helicopter pilot just pieces out. And he's just like, bye. And then it's like, all right, well, we're going to get him, and then fucking Cody runs into Mauser, and Mauser goes flying off.
Man,
and then it
oh,
because he had grenades on him.
He had live grenades.
Oh yeah, he tried to throw a grenade at them earlier, and the two guys were like, "Dude, you're out of your mind. Stop it."
Yeah.
And he blows up like he's like a styrofoam puppet.
No
There's
blood.
no blood at all. There's no
Just
blood
some
spray.
dust and pieces of jeans and paint.
There's like
denim.
dad core pieces everywhere. Yeah.
Dad core?
Yeah, it's just blown up khakis and stuff.
So then
46-inch
the car,
Yeah.
the race car is out of gas. So then there's a chase through the desert, and Cody keeps trying to shoot the goons and missing. And he only has one bullet left, and he's like, I've never hit a moving target before. And the dude's like, I know.
Hey, look at these.
And he's just like, the one goon's just like,
Whoa.
and then
shoots
Cody
him in
shoots
the liver.
Yeah.
He shot him like in a
Yeah,
weird
shoots
place.
him in the liver. Yeah.
Takes his shotgun, shoots the other guy, gets his
Now,
gun.
she also flashes. He takes 3 shots with the shotgun at the other guy and missed all 3 until she flashed her boobs yet again. And then he shoots that guy in the knee. And he's like, put
Boobs
your
hold
boobs
so
away.
much power in this
Put your
universe.
boobs away and steal his
They're
shotgun.
a form of currency.
So they left those guys to die in the desert.
Well, he's like, we don't need these guns anymore. And he goes like 40 feet away from the goons, and he's like, I'm gonna takes out the ammo, throws it like 5 feet away, and then throws the guns on the ground. It's like,
They can
that'll
still-
do it.
That'll do it. We're
They're-
done.
It's all still right here.
Yeah.
They're watching you do that.
And then somehow he gets back to civilization.
Because once again, breasts. They get on the side of the road.
That's right. There's
and
an
there's
RV.
there's an RV coming.
An
and
RV that we did see a cutscene earlier of him
Yeah.
seeing the race car and being like, "Wowee!"
that must be one of them new turbos.
Right,
and his
right,
wife
right.
was like, "Whoa."
So yeah, and the funny thing is like they see her showing her breasts to get them to stop, and her wife's like, "This must be close to Hollywood,"
Yeah.
and she's not like appalled by it.
No,
she's
she's
down.
fine.
Yeah, they let him on.
Yeah, they probably all had sex. We just didn't see it.
Yeah.
That was cut for runtime.
Yeah, right. Not for content.
I forgot to.
Gotta
Yeah.
make this tight. So we get back to civilization, and is that when we have our third Buffington interlude? Maybe they already did, because that happens at the
No,
racetrack.
when did he gets his father's car?
He gets his father's car back, and then the Buffingtons interrupt him, and we're like, it's time for
Time
us.
for a race, and he's like, "All right."
It's like, you don't want the supercharged. He's like, we can beat you no matter what. It doesn't matter. My son's a technical genius.
Yeah.
It's like a cartoon. You don't. One has not seen. If you haven't seen this movie, it can't be conveyed through description of the
Buffingtons like
The Buffingtons-
eccentricity,
and the way that they just bolt into this movie uninvited and have no pertinence to anything.
no.
He's always like on the way to something
something,
important,
and the
and they're like,
Buffingtons-
"No, you will follow us to a racetrack and fucking do this." He's
I wish
like, "All right."
I wish like other movies had Buffington scenes.
It's almost like a really shitty video game.
Yeah.
Where you're like doing the main quest.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
suddenly they're just like, oh, by the way, you need to do a time trial race course. Like, really? Can I just go on to the main?
The Buffingtons have seen you driving again.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Pokemon trainers.
Right,
like
right.
they just you're just trying to walk by, and they see you and it's just like battle. Oh my god, the Buffingtons.
It's like at the end of Castaway, like Tom Hanks is like trying to drive in the crossroads, and the Buffingtons show up. And the Buffingtons just show up in all these movies, and it's just like,
My god,
you got a racer.
I want a Buffington cinematic universe.
Right. That's so good.
Give me the BCU.
And they don't care who they raise. they interrupt like
any movie.
Like Downey Jr. in the Iron Man suit. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta raise this Iron Man. He's like, I can fly like a jet fighter. Like, I don't care about the technical genius.
in there.
Can't wait for Infinity War when the Buffingtons show up.
God, that was so good.
I wanted a really serious drama, and
Yeah.
someone's spouse is dying and they're rushing to the hospital, and it's very serious and very dramatic. You got a racist right now, boy. We're gonna get that ambulance. You think that ambulance is fast enough? So it's a technical genius.
There's a V8 now. You can keep up.
My wife is dying.
It's like the banjo music just starts playing
my
super
God.
loud.
Oh, God, it'd be perfect.
It's Andy Sidaris. He's an innovator of storytelling.
Shit.
Just interrupts you with a fucking Buffington storyline. You know what? The fact that they felt the need to tell us the backstory of why it's happening, I think is pretty funny. That doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't. Nothing matters about his father.
No, not at all.
Winning a race and stuff. It doesn't play out ever. It'd be better if they were just the Buffingtons interrupting this guy's life while he's trying to solve a case.
Buffingtons.
God damn you, Buffington!
Can we retcon that into like a Harry Potter movie?
Yeah,
or something
right.
Like that.
Like the train stops while they're driving to Hogwarts. It's the Buffingtons in a train without a track.
No,
they built.
They stopped the Quidditch match. They just
Right.
show up
With their own brooms. They're all vacuums or something.
Where are we?
I tell you.
It doesn't matter.
Once you get to the Buffingtons, then after that is when they're on that boat.
Boat.
Remember
Which
at the
boat?
end, he's on there on the reason this movie is
no,
called.
No.
It's
There's
other
an
shit.
He accuses Liza. Is that the other daughter's name?
Something like that.
Daughter's name of being the one that shot Shane, and he interrupts
Right.
this big sexy party that Jonathan is throwing.
To do it.
Yeah, it's like, you're selling stuff to the Russians, and she killed Shane, and then he's like,
Bev
I'm gonna call
shows
the
up
cops.
to arrest people.
Yeah, I think he calls his sex hotline assistant again to call the cops.
Who starts rubbing her nipple.
Oh yeah, she's
she gets hot. She gets
Let's
more
just
turned
not
on.
even talk about
she's
it
ready to
anymore.
go.
Dude, it's a fucking nightmare.
This movie sucks.
It's so bad.
Okay, and so then he's walking away from Jonathan's tech lab or whatever, and he's like, something doesn't add up. And then we have the scene on the boat, I think. The end.
Which
where
is
it's
Then it's
I think it's supposed to be like a spy novel or like a classic thriller.
That's when the
or
last
mystery
Buffington
scene.
thing happens. Because he says to somebody, he picks up his car and he's like, I gotta get back to my boat.
Yeah,
because
okay.
I'm throwing a
okay.
party and I invited all my new friends,
All my new friends, the new
or
gang.
whatever, to it. And then they have the race, because then when they showed the boat and everyone from the movie was there, and you guys were like, what is going on?
Right.
I was like, no, remember before we lost our minds over the Buffingtons?
Because this is supposed to be like the end of Murder by Death, or
fuck the end of this
No,
movie.
I'm saying
and go
you
to
know what I
hell.
mean, right?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be like the detective, if it was like Sherlock Holmes,
Yes.
revealing everything.
Like,
The
Oh
master.
my god!
Here's the map of all the
Yes,
stuff that
yes.
happened.
But
And none of it makes any goddamn
It
sense.
turns out, I don't care about
Let's
it.
just go
Anything. It
through
turns out,
Well, hold on.
him drinking the water was significant.
yes.
That wasn't just something.
So he
Was it? Hold the fuck up. All right, hold on. So he's on the boat, and they're like, why'd you bring us here? And he goes, I got a special guest, and it's the woman that got arrested. And they're like, I thought she murdered everybody. And he goes, second
No.
thought, not true. I noticed in the picture she's right-handed. She was holding the gun in her right hand.
she
Are you
never
left-handed?
uses
And
her
she's like, no,
left-handed.
I'm left-handed.
And then we get to see all the
And
shots
it
of her
starts-
not using her left
Dude, I want to beat the fuck out of everybody who wrote this movie for this, man. I love Poirot, and to do this, it's just go to hell. You suck at this. And
makes
you're
you
like,
feel
oh,
better,
look at all
Andy
these
Sidaris
shots
is
of her
dead.
doing left-handed things. And he's like, so I knew it wasn't her. So that's when I got to thinking, and I do not even understand why he says he goes to the Countess's place or whatever.
because So he thought he was with the Contessa the entire night that Shane was killed, but he wasn't because she noticed that he gets really thirsty after sex, which you would too if you had sex so much.
That's why she put sleeping powder in his water.
Because he likes water during
sex. So, damn it, that's funny. I mean,
like, what kind of a world?
Like, why didn't they show it?
Write that in?
I wish he did even more of the sex scenes.
Every sex scene should be like, I am
parched, sweetie. I'm sorry.
I'd be great if they gave him makeup to look like he was like, getting like sunken in. It's like, I just need.
That'd be so funny. Can you get me water? Also, I found a remote. I videotaped this, but
he's like Malcolm McDowell from Tank Girl. He needs that fucking that Gatorade bottle that you stick into people's bag.
Seriously, after a night on the town, it's like fucking a mummy.
Yeah.
So that's
he's
why
just all dust.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, so it's just me coming.
All right. Well, look. Should have gave me that glass of water.
Oh yeah, he goes to the Countess' house, and then there's like a letter for him, and the Countess
with a key, and then another letter for him. Dude, fuck.
I just want to explain too, like what we're explaining right now. He's on a boat with all the characters from the movie explaining
what happened.
How he went to a house. And a woman in a letter explained to him all the stuff that she realized.
Well, hold on. There's a tape.
What's
He played a tape. He's listening to a woman. He's explaining what he heard a woman explain to him on a tape.
And we're explaining it.
And and in the tape, she's like, lift up the sheet and see how I faked it. And he lifts it up, and it's like a really bad mask of the niece or whatever.
Yeah.
But it starts melting, and she goes, it's going to start to melt instantly. And it starts melting. We're like, what the hell is that?
It's a fucking nightmare.
So the sheet was responsible for the not melting?
I guess so. It's like...
She explains that she's
not leaving any evidence behind.
She works for the government.
I'm just saying, technically speaking, the sheet was keeping it from melting.
Sure. Yeah.
That silk sheet was keeping it from melting. Okay.
Yeah, silk is a very good stabilizer.
You're right.
I just don't understand. She works for the government.
Yes.
She's left the country after this thing for whatever reason.
She knew Jonathan was up to something.
Yes, they knew, but they couldn't prove it.
Yes. So basically,
but they hold on. They didn't know who.
She knew Shane was bad.
They say Shane was the liaison for the Russians.
Yes.
And Jonathan was selling things to the Russians.
In the movie,
and
you told me he was just had a gambling debt.
There's nothing.
I know.
I'm just saying, they just tell you at this point in the movie that he was the Russian liaison.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I was so mad. There's no Russians in the movie, and you don't know who the liaison is until they just tell you after he died 45 minutes ago in the movie. You know what I mean? It's like irritating as fuck. And then, so they say that. Mm-hmm. And she's like, so we had to get rid of him, but we couldn't let you. Like, why did it have to be a secret from all of them? And why did she need...
It's like they couldn't just come right out and murder him because reasons, and they wanted him to they wanted Cody to investigate to kind of get some reasons to kill him, and then she wanted...
But he didn't prove anything about Russian people! It didn't. He just proved that he videotaped himself committing adultery and rape! It didn't have anything to do with the Russians! That's my point! Like, why would she murder him and frame... Ah, God! She framed one of his rape victims for murdering him! And then left little cute clues for this idiot to figure out at the last minute that she wasn't going to go to prison for not murdering the God. Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. It's just awful. It's just awful.
You forgot the part at the end of the tape where she invites him to come.
Yes!
Oh, yeah. She's like, come here and fuck me. I don't give a shit about what I did or what anyone did.
My God.
God, just come here and be naked with me. Let's just call it red. It's just it's whatever. We don't really know.
It's unreal to think about what actually happened in the movie. They tell you at the very end, and none of it makes any sense, and it's just awful.
Yeah.
She could have just killed that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe she was trying to give herself enough time to get out of the
blood.
country. I don't know.
She probably could have killed him on television. Like, it'd still been fine. God damn it.
It's amazing. That's kind of how the movie ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, and that's what actually happened. Wink.
And they're sailing off into Malibu Bay on the Malibu Express.
But the door is still at the dock.
Yeah.
The door's always there.
But the boat is called the Malibu Express.
He never
But that
took
door,
that boat.
they had to paint and pay for that door.
Yeah, they're gonna come back. They're not
That's
gonna
true.
leave the door. Also, they're all dressed in white yachting clothes.
Yeah, they all look like they're in a club now.
Yeah.
Because everything's fine. It's forget those people that were in the parking lot. Remember that guy that got shot in the chest that just died?
Oh
instantly?
yeah. Mauser just shot a guy.
Yeah, Mauser literally just killed a human being.
He just started screaming and shooting people. It was kind of awesome.
Someone just died. It was okay.
Just move along. We have no idea who that was.
I guess since he got blowed up, justice was served. But what do we learn? I mean, what's the point? What's the message really?
There's no message. There's no movie until they tell you all this horse shit at the end.
The message is stay hydrated.
No, it isn't.
No,
Then you'll
not.
get tricked into fucking being the alibi for a fucking murderer. A government sanctioned murderer.
Yeah.
God damn it. This movie doesn't make any sense.
It has nothing to do with computers. For starting out with a sequence of computer typing.
Oh, and then we go back to the woman typing at the computer.
Yeah, it ends with another computer typing thing.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with this whole movie.
No.
Nope.
Computers don't matter.
No.
Maybe, holy shit.
What if they should pan
What if it
out?
is like a David Lynch thing? And that isn't just the opening sequence, but what we watched was that woman's erotic thriller.
Yeah, she was writing at work. And then it pans out, and it's
Then
her
the movie
office.
should have ended with someone.
And then the Buffingtons are her
kicking that
they're
woman
in,
off of the computer.
the Buffingtons are her employer. They're like, "Are you done writing our novel yet?"
I know.
time
I'd
to
rather
go
them
write.
burst in and go like, "We gonna have a fan fiction write-off. You all ready? We are."
Well, no, I was saying,
meet us at the racetrack.
what I was saying is
Why is that happening
there's
there?
a woman was hired to write this spy novel, and then she wrote that, and then they forced her to put in scenes with them in it that don't fit inside the movie. That's what I was implying.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, that would really wrap everything
I mean, we
up
can't
nice
talk
and
about it for
fun.
hours, and it wouldn't matter.
No, it would
There's
not.
things you could say. We didn't even talk about him having rockets in the back of his dad's car.
No.
Yep.
It's because it doesn't matter. It's a scene that doesn't matter to the plot. It doesn't matter.
I mean, like. Go ahead.
What I learned from this movie, if you're meeting a woman for the first time and you'd really like to impress her before a night out on the town, buy her a really slinky dress that shows off plenty of underboob.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
she will love it and change into it in the course of a millisecond.
And hydrate before you get there.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
Bring your own water to sex. That's what I learned.
If you can
Bottled only.
get a camel back, those camel things
Yeah.
that matches your flesh tone, and just wear that during sex with a little pipe in your, just keep
hydrated.
stay moist.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this to anyone?
I mean, it's hard
It's really
For
hard
me-
to watch.
to not. I mean, the rape stuff's not okay,
No.
but the Buffington stuff is just out of this world. I can't believe a movie did that. Like, it didn't even justify those scenes, and that I love that.
Yeah.
I don't think someone should watch it for them, but it's amazing that somebody was like, "This isn't long enough."
We gotta
What
add the
if-
Buffingtons.
What if a Dukes of Hazzard episode was happening while the movie was happening, and it just had nothing to do with anyone?
I don't recommend anyone ever watch this. None of it's worth it.
It's
None
not-
of the
no,
none of the
it's not
good
worth
stuff's worth you having to watch like softcore porn every 10 minutes.
Yeah. Mike? You paid for this.
Yeah, this is your fault.
Yeah.
You put money in their hand, Mike.
He's dead. Andy Sidaris is dead.
When
Someone's
I
hand.
was 14 or 15, and I found out that there were boobs on some of the VHS movies in our house, and then I proceeded to look through every VHS tape for boobs.
Mm-hmm.
This is before we had the internet.
Obviously.
Yes. This movie would have been amazing for me.
Oh, yeah.
That
Sure.
is the only situation I would be able to recommend it under. If you are a sex-starved teenager without the internet, no social skills, and you feel very guilty every time you masturbate because you're Catholic, yeah, this is a good movie for you.
And you're not old enough to absorb any themes,
Yeah.
like any terrible themes that this movie could teach
if you are completely divorced from that type of thinking and you just need to see a boob for, to not go crazy.
It's like almost just I've only seen like 3 of his movies, but at just some point you're like, why don't you just make porn? Like, don't bother with trying to have a plot.
No.
But this is for the movies I've seen of his, this is the low point. If you took the Buffingtons out, I'd have no smile on my face at all. I would literally be depressed. It is terrible.
Did you see on the Wikipedia page, this is actually sort of a reworking of one of his earlier films.
Called Stacy?
Yeah, where it's like Cody and like June were one character. They were like the sexy leading lady, and then like... Oh my God. Yeah.
So he had time to actually perfect an idea, and this was the
this is the
perfected
try.
idea. The second try, Matt.
Well, he got it. He knocked it out.
If only he lived to do it a third time. All I know is
I don't even have words left for this thing.
I wish I could give both of you like a framed poster of the Malibu Express door for Christmas, but I don't know if I could do that.
We could build one in the backyard here.
Just in the center of the yard. It should never be against anything. It has to be just standing freeform, a door, and a door frame that's a big painting of a train. It's like they had that painting before the movie started. They're like, what should we call this movie? Well, this.
Yeah, it's
We've
weird.
got this, so let's just call it this.
What else would you have called this? What would you have called
I have no fucking clue.
If that wasn't in the movie.
Because it doesn't reek of like Malibu or anything.
Like Road to Danger or like
Desert Cowboy?
Cowboy PI.
Cowboy Detective?
Yeah, that's fine.
Shit Kicker Detective.
I guess, man, he's such not even the main character.
Oh no, he's not.
Shane felt like the main character for most of the
Shane was
movie.
way more of a main character.
And then they killed him, and it was like, well, this movie's just loose now. There's nothing holding
like
it down.
Dangling loose flap of skin. Here's the Buffingtons.
Anyway, all right, I hate it.
Yeah, we need to stop talking.
Yeah, I hate it. I hated it. I'm
Well,
laughing, but
at
it's
some
also
point
like,
we'll get to the other ones. Mike, thank you for coming and buying this whole set.
I swear to God, if I can't,
This is how Matt.
we have to
feels.
take a long break before watching another one of these.
I mean, we'll have a rule where we keep like 5 episodes in between each Sidaris.
Okay.
Dude,
I'm just happy to have contributed.
I'm speechless.
I mean, this was something else.
This was
Whew.
awesome. So
Well,
many levels.
Mike, thanks for paying for it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I hope that I'm glad this was recorded so one day that your child can listen to it and say, my
Yes.
dad did this.
I've paid more for worse jokes in my life.
Oh God,
You paid $1 for this movie, essentially.
Less than that.
less than $1, somewhere between 75 cents and $1.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was worth it?
I mean, money is just a concept that I use to get fun things.
And on that note,
Is anything really worth it, Bob?
I mean, I don't know. Now I don't know.
We're all going to be dust.
Unless the next time I leave my house, I'm interrupted by a bunch of hillbillies trying to race me. I'll feel like I'm never alive.
That'd be perfect. If watching this movie basically unlocks something in the universe, it's something the Buffingtons show up.
Everyone who's ever seen Malibu Express has this curse. It's like The Ring, except it's 7 days
Every
of
time
Buffington.
you try to drive somewhere, they show up. You have to race the Buffingtons.
You can't do anything every day without racing the Buffingtons.
You just start walking everywhere, and they just stand there like, following you around as soon as you get in a vehicle.
Damn it, son of a! I gotta race the Buffingtons. I'll see you in half an hour. Gotta race the Buffingtons.
You could be like stuck in like gridlock traffic in the middle of the day, and their truck just comes up out of nowhere. It's like, ooh, hey, you want to race up and down this?
It ascends on a cloud.
Yeah, they airlift you out. Like, you coming with us?
You're flying on a plane, and suddenly on the wing you just see their pickup truck.
No, they're flying like a biplane. Like,
oh, you want to race? Think you're fastest because it's bigger than ours.
That sounds a technical genius. He turned on truck into plane.
See, that's genius. That part of the movie is fucking genius. That movie, what gall and hubris. What if we just interrupt this movie with people just out of nowhere? The main character gives in. He's a detective. He can just leave.
He can arrest them for illegal street racing.
Right.
Man. It's still not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's funny. All right. Bye.
You've just listened to Bonus Disc, available only on Thundergrunt. Questions, complaints, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts of Bonus Disc are 100% valid, even though they took the time to watch the movies you were too ignorant to appreciate.